Hello and welcome to another edition of the Optimistic Gardener in the Kitchen, and welcome to my home in sunny Nova Scotia. My name is Steve Farley, and welcome, a big welcome to my Great British Curry weekend, where I'm showcasing what I think in modern Britain is our second national dish, the Great British Curry. And if you've watched the previous 3 videos, you'll have seen me making the Great British Curry House appetisers. And now I'm moving on to the main course. And I know I keep saying this, but I've got a bit of a treat for you tonight. This is a Chicken Tikka Masala, Mrs F's favourite. And so the whole point of the Optimistic Gardener in the Kitchen is obviously for me to be using all the sort of the different foods that I'm growing in the garden, fresh, straight from the garden, straight onto the plate. And tonight I'm using, as you can see, a fresh onion. I've just had this drying for the last week, and I thought I'd leave it like this just to show you that I've just got it from the garden. Some garlic that I've been growing. Unfortunately, my peppers were a massive failure this year, so I'm using a pepper from the supermarket. So the Chicken Tikka Masala was obviously, like I said, it's Mrs F's favourite. It's got a lovely, rich yoghurt base and onions, bit of heat from the pepper, some nice flavour from the garlic, and I'm using a bit of tikka sauce straight from the jar there, just as the base, because that's the easiest way to do this. So what ingredients do we need other than those? Like I said, we need the tikka paste, some lemon, obviously some chicken, free range if you can, don't want all that battery stuff. Nice bit of cumin seed so we can toast it, add it to the garnish. Yoghurt, as I said, and a bit of water, and some coriander. I'm right at the back end of what's usable of coriander in my garden at the moment, so I just managed to forage this amongst the going over coriander. So the main sort of way we're going to do this is I'm just going to put the chicken into a marinade of the tikka and the yoghurt, put that aside, then I'll put that onto skewers and I'll grill or broil, I think as you say in North America. Broil the chicken, and then I'll make the sauce up, sauteing the onions and the garlic, etc., and then bring it all together for an absolutely fantastically beautiful taste with some naan bread. And I haven't got any naan bread because Mrs F's out shopping at the moment, so hopefully she should be back in time for me to put in the piece de resistance. So to start off, let's put the chicken in the marinade. There, meat chopping board, always use a different chopping board for your meat. And first of all, right, so we want 4 tablespoons of the yoghurt. Don't be sparing. Go in there, nice. And 3 tablespoons of the tikka paste. Let's get that in there. Bit low on this one. 2. Oh, right at the bottom of that jar. Right, give that a little whiz round. Oh, beautiful smell. So your tikka, your paste, you should be able to get that from any good supermarket really. This is the Tax, this is what I usually use. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I'm used to using this one. But you know, any good supermarket should have it in the international aisle, or if you're lucky enough to have an Indian store close by, pop round there and I'm sure they should have some in there. Right, so that is mixed up. Let's chop this. So we're putting these on skewers, so we want about 1.5 inches across, about that size. That's a good size for the skewers. So bung that lot on. So you can do this with vegetables, or it doesn't have to be chicken. If you want to do it, you know, a vegetable addition, some nice potatoes would go well in there. or something meaty, some sort of vegetable that's meaty. Will go perfectly well in this sauce. But I'll be doing, as we go along, I'll be doing some more vegetarian type Indian dishes. Right, so just mix this in. Make sure everything's nicely coated. Now, obviously, the longer that you leave this to marinate, the better the taste. But tonight, it's probably only going to get half an hour. So I'm going to put that in the fridge while I'm prepping all the rest of the gear. Right, onion. So, now, let me chop this onion up and I will be right back. So a quick word, let's not waste this, get it in the compost bin. That providing some great sustenance for next year's onions and all the rest of the vegetables that I'm hopefully going to be cooking. Okay, so I've chopped up the onions, the garlic and chilli, and there's one thing I forgot, some root ginger. So it was about a knuckle's worth, about an inch worth of root ginger, and I've chopped that up nice and thinly as well, so that's all going to go in together now. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and I've also taken the chicken, put it on the skewers. I don't think you need me to instruct you how to do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick this under the grill for 10 minutes, turning it occasionally, making sure everything's all done nice and crispy all around on the outside. And we're going to saute these ingredients and make the sauce. So join me at the frying pan. Okay, so we've got some oil in the pan and we're going to just stuck it on a medium heat, and now I'm going to saute the onions and ginger and the garlic and the chilli for about 5 minutes, giving it a little stir now and then, nice and gently. Don't want to burn it. Get it all in there. Coat this in the oil, a bit more oil I think. I'm using olive oil, you can use whatever your favourite oil is. Right, so we'll let that saute for 5 minutes. Okay, that's the so everything nicely sauteed, softened up, about 5 minutes like I said. Now I'm going to put another 3 tablespoons of the tikka sauce and fry this, carry on frying this gear for another 2 minutes. Give this a mix in, turn that down a bit. Oh, some lovely flavours coming through here, lovely smells. So keep this moving, don't want it to burn. Okay, that's the 2 minutes, so now we want to add about half a pint of water. Half a pint of water, give that a stir around. And a tablespoon of tomato puree. I use the stuff in the old squeezy, much easier to use than that tin stuff. There we go. You can make your own tomato puree. I haven't worked that one out yet. That's not in my skill set yet. There we go. So what we're going to do now is let that simmer for about 15 minutes. Let that reduce down a little bit. And let's give the chicken a bit of a turn, shall we? Right, so I believe the chicken is done. Beautiful. So let's turn that off and put the oven on for the naan bread. And what we're going to do with the chicken, put this into a bowl, let it rest. So leave that to rest for a few minutes, and then this is thickening up nicely now, and we'll be adding a bit more yogurt to this in a minute, give it some more body. So that is the sauce reduced down nicely. Now what I'm going to do is add 4 tablespoons of the yogurt. One, again, don't be shy. Nice full there. Need to get the naan bread in as well. Let's get this going first. Stir this in nice. And the yogurt will start breaking up here, so you know, don't worry about that. That's what it's supposed to do. And we want to add in a good squeeze of lemon. And the chicken. Make sure the chicken's all nice and broken up. There we go. So let's bring that slowly back up to the heat. Get the naan bread in. So you can follow the directions for your naan bread on the packet, but you know mine's about 400 for about 4 minutes. Keeping an eye on it. Let's bring this back nicely. So we'll just let this bubble away for a few minutes, not too long. We've reduced it all, we just want to heat it all through again. We'll wait for the naan bread, of which I haven't put the clock on. And then job will be a good one. Right, so I'm just going to toast a few cumin seeds here, literally just put on a pan, on a dry pan, and just let them over a medium-high heat for a few minutes. Put some more in, shall we? Until they start jumping about a bit. Okay, so that's the meat done, the naan done. What I didn't tell you is I've also done some rice. Just knocked up a bit of rice in the microwave, quick as you like really. So not exactly cordon bleu. So what we want to do is we want to get one of these nice naan breads. This sauce is nicely thickened up, beautiful smell to it now. Just lay the chicken tikka, bit of sauce, a little bit of cumin, touch of yogurt as a garnish, bit more cumin, beautiful. Let's have some of this coriander. It's gone a bit floppy. Right, so a bit of this rice. There we are. A nice bit of chicken tikka masala, Mrs. F's favourite. So I better have a taste, don't I? nice. It's got a nice sweet and sour feel to it with the yogurt in there, and obviously the tikka sauce and the garlic. There's a bit of a kick, not too much of a kick tonight actually. That chilli I put in obviously wasn't that too hot, but again you can put as hot or as cool chilies as you want. All I can say is mix that with a bit of the naan bread. As my Cornish friends used to say, she's a beauty boy. So, tune in tomorrow for my favourite curry, a nice Kashmiri chicken with that difference in a curry of it's got apples in it, absolutely beautiful. So that is beautiful, and on to a nice beautiful Kashmiri chicken tomorrow. Job's a good one.